Make sure you.
We are live. We are live on Facebook with Lindsey Bernay and her pup. What's your pup's name?
Oh, I'm turning my phone out. This is Piper Eloise Pryfold. Hello, hello.
Okay, and I am scrolling down. Forgive me, everybody, for looking down. Forgive me for looking down because I have to find the live post so I can talk to all of you. When people are finding us right now. We've already got a comment.
Oh,
okay.
No, that was me.
There we go. All right. Lindsey Bernay is watching us. And hello, everybody. We'll give everybody a moment to find us. Teresa is here and Arlene is here. Hey, Arlene, how are you? Got your recipe. Arlene wants me to do a recipe on cabbage rolls, and I'm going to work on that.
That sounds delicious.
Yeah, and Teresa is here. So everybody's taking a moment. Everybody's going to be finding us. I want to take a moment, and while everybody finds their way to us, it always takes a little while. Sue Plattner is here and Cynthia Berman is here. So all our regulars who I love and adore so very much are chiming in. So you have to put your phone down and keep focused on the Zoom.
I'm texting people to join.
Oh, okay. That's great. I have to keep Lindsey in line here. So Lindsey is I'm always like, Lindsey, what are you doing? Come on already. And Lucy is here.
Always yelling at me.
I know, I'm always on her. Lindsey is a senior stylist from the flagship store of Saks Fifth Avenue. Yes. And she is one of the top stylists in the country. And she is the #1 retail sales woman in the world.
No, this is not true, but
it is true. It is true. Leanne Berger Hunt is here. And so we welcome Leanne. Also, you just said hi to Leanne. So there you go. So Lindsey, what in the world is going on right now with fashion and COVID? I mean, you said, and I quote, you said, you want to make fashion feel relevant in a time when it absolutely is not relevant. Susan Thomas is here. Hey, Susan Thomas. And Dylan Rodriguez is here. So this is awesome. My mother is here. Hey, Mom. So really, truly, how do you make fashion relevant in a time when it's actually not relevant?
I want to say hi to everybody first and introduce Piper Eloise. She's a really wild Chihuahua poodle.
She has a middle name? She has a middle name?
Yeah, Piper Eloise Pryfold. Okay. She's got a lot of pep. And
Miranda is here, so say hello to Miranda. Susan Thomas is here, so this is great. Everybody's finding us. Hey, Miranda, nice to have you. Sherry Barassa is here. Lene is here. These are the regulars. I'm so happy to see all of you guys.
I hear so much about you, the regulars.
Yeah, you do.
Very excited.
I know. Yeah, they are just so wonderful, and I love them all. And it's awesome. It's been
So I'm actually live in my closet because, like, if I can't wear my clothes anywhere, I might as well hang out here. I guess.
I guess we all have a closet full of clothes and we're just kind of hanging out with our clothes, right?
It's true. So,
but I do want to say this. I really have to interrupt you. Jason Prefold is here. Go Piper. He's cheering on Piper. So this is the cute thing about Lindsey is she's the first interview that I have done for all of you who I love and adore, who the person that I was interviewing, Lindsey, actually changed clothes in front of me 4 times before she could decide what to wear. Off and on, which made me ask this question, Lindsey. I got the feeling that you put things on to see not how they looked, but actually how you feel in them. Do you go by how you feel or how you look, or is it a combination of?
Yeah, that's a great question. I definitely feel like it's about how you feel in the clothes. And I knew if I got on camera, whether it was in front of 20 people or 200, that I would feel uncomfortable in every piece of clothing that I put on prior to my random jean jacket with a fur collar. Don't ask how I ended with this, but at also some point you're just like, I just have to stop thinking about it or overthinking.
And I think hi to Dan Polzenberg. Hello.
Hi, Dan.
Dan and Rayanne Gomez is here. And Donnie Alvis is here. Okay, go ahead. And
so I think that the thing is you really have to ask yourself, and I lost my train of thought, but when are you going to just make the decision that enough is enough? You want to feel good, or you want to feel comfortable, you want to feel casual, you want to feel dressed up, whatever that feeling is what you have to go with in that moment, instead of trying to overthink what you should look like. It really does. So that's how fashion becomes relevant. Our emotions are just on overdrive.
Colette Brown is here. I was just talking to Lindsey about Colette Brown. She's going to be a new customer of yours, Colette. I really highly recommended you. But, well, you know, but listen, Lindsey, the thing about it is that, like, sometimes when we look in the mirror in a dressing room, we're thinking, do I look okay? Do I look okay? Do I look okay? And oftentimes you forget about how you're going to feel. Like, can you sit down in that dress? You know, if you're going out back in the day when we wore dresses and went out. But, you know, when you've got someone in the dressing room, are you really talking about look or feel or both?
So I'm just going to go back to when I met Marla. So I knew Marla growing up, but I actually reconnected with Marla as a client when I worked for Neiman Marcus in Las Vegas. That's where I'm from. I'm a Vegas girl, but always born to live on the East Coast. So I met Marla, and she became one of my clients, and we were shopping for the high holidays. And from there, our relationship just really took off. And one day she said to me, and I'll never forget this, and it has been my mantra for every single client and everything I have sold, which is over $50 million in clothing, from that day until today, was that if you follow your truth and if you always do right by yourself and the person you're in front of, the money will follow. So it's always about never selling to make the money, but selling because it's right for that person. And that is what I go by when someone's in a fitting room with me. So sometimes people want something that's really not my style, that's kind of ugly, or I don't love it, or I don't think it will be lasting, but I see their love for it. And it's not my job to tell them not to love it if they love it. It is my job to direct and guide them towards what I like and what I think is best for them, which is what I think is so special about having a personal shopper, is when you look in the mirror and you're like, will I wear this? Is this comfortable? I am there to answer that question for you from my heart, not from my pocketbook. And that, like, the clients that know that about me and the clients that know me as that person have the most amazing collection of clothing, the most confidence, and I think feel really, really good about themselves when they leave my fitting room or my orbit. And we've been friends for years. Like Leanne and I, we haven't seen each other in 5 years, but she sends me text messages that just send me on the floor laughing. Like, she is my friend for life. And we met over a pair of jeans.
I always laugh at that quote that you say that I said, because I don't remember saying it. But before this rolls up, I want to say hello to Tony Kern, who is here. Tom Letitia says hello. Stacy Leonard, Stacy Yaris Lewis is here, who you love and adore. And everybody's saying hi to both of us, which is really lovely. So answer the question: how do you make fashion relevant in a time when it isn't? I mean, let's face it. More of us are on Zoom every day. I just want to tell everybody that Lindsey did a fashion show with masks on the rooftop of the Saks Fifth Avenue flagship store. And those that participated in that fashion show signed on through Zoom and watched the fashion show. And in the middle of that fashion show, hello, Melissa Jacobs, thanks for being here. In the middle of the fashion show, Lindsey held up a yellow sweater and said, and I quote, "A pop of color for your Zoom calls, a yellow sweater." And I thought, oh, I never thought about what am I wearing in a Zoom call. And I was on Spiritual Gangster and I saw this pop of yellow sweatshirt, but you know, I wear it very frequently for a lot of calls and a lot of things that I do, because it's so colorful and it's not too much. And so are people dressing for Zoom?
Yeah, so that was a big trend during quarantine. I was one of the very few that was not furloughed from Saks. And the whole summer, which I sort of like blacked out from my mind because it was so stressful, was trying to help people prepare for Zoom and really transition. I mean, I think if we all look back at the spring and summer, which is going to be a year, it was all about transitioning and figuring out like, who am I right now? What do I do? What do I wear? How do I feel? Like, what is my life becoming? And fashion obviously fell to the very bottom of that until one day we woke up and we're like, I am sick of these sweats. Like, I don't know about any of you, but the sweats that I wore during quarantine, even like the music I listened to, I can't even look at those things. It is time to move on. And even if you're not going anywhere, like for instance, Leanne and Miranda's on here, every time I see them and Marla, they have a full face of makeup, their hair is done, they look put together. I mean, that is not me. I was like throwing bronzer and lip gloss on 2 seconds before the Zoom started, but I accept that. But I think that if that's who you are, you need to still be that person. And if that isn't you, how can you level up just a little bit? So like all my t-shirts always say something special, like this says Wildest Dreams. So I'm always wearing like something small, like a necklace. You know, everything I do has purpose and meaning, whether it's casual or not. And that is how you can make fashion relevant when it isn't.
Do you
have it be special to you?
Do you think, I love that. I love that. I just want to take you back to 3 sentences ago. Do you think that that is really true, that whatever we watched during March and April of last year, whatever we listened to, whatever we were wearing, like that is such a bad memory for most all of us that we don't even want those clothes, that music, or like, I don't think I could ever go back and watch any of the episodes that I, watched last time. I'm trying to think of.
Like for me, I was obsessed with Kygo, Higher Love. It's a Whitney Houston remake. And I would run to it when I decided I was a runner for like a minute, and like, all the things we did during quarantine. And I think it's just, if something like conjures up a bad memory or just feelings of when you yourself weren't feeling your best, I think it is easy to want to never look back at those things. And so spring has never felt brighter for me and my clients. And I just have a lot of optimism that I hope that people, no matter what it is, they will add things to their life to bring new joy and start new memories, even though this year will be hard. I mean, this year we are not in the clear for sure.
Well, so Heather is here. I want to welcome Heather.
Hi,
She
Heather.
had surgery today, so it's really awesome that she's here. She had cataract surgery today, so it's awesome that she's here. I don't think I ever thought about it, Lindsey, is that the fact that like just a t-shirt with a cute little saying on it, just something uplifting and positive, is a great little something for a Zoom call, right?
Right. I mean, it depends on your Zoom call. If you're a CEO, then no. But if you can be casual, then yes. I mean, and again, it's like everything I buy, even though Jason will disagree with this, does have a purpose. So even if it's a V-neck from Target, I know that V-neck will serve the purpose for me that I need it to and make me happy. So if you do need something for Zoom, it's okay to buy a blouse that feels a little bit more of an investment, because we're trying to also buy less right now, but buy with purpose. So one thing that Marla and I have always talked about is that it's okay to rewear things, and who cares what people say. If someone says, oh my God, there's Lindsey, she wore that to Bryce's birthday party, then like, why are they paying so much attention to my life when they should focus on theirs? Like for me, it's like, I'm going to wear what makes me happy, and people are going to feel that energy and then say, I love that she's wearing that again. I remember she wore that to Bryce's birthday.
Yeah.
And that's what it should be about. It shouldn't be about like, oh God, what does someone think of this or that? It's like this, I want to be happy. Life is hard right now.
Don Aragon is here, and Jason said he's the best dressed man in real estate, thanks to Lindsey.
He is.
Well, let's talk about my style of dressing as opposed to maybe some others. And some of you can really just chime in with like, what do you do? So listen to my story and then type in the chat your story here. But my story in the way that I love to dress is that I will find 4 or 5 things in a season, and I will wear them all week long. I wear them over and over and over and over and over and over again because I love them. I feel good in them. I don't care how many times people see me in it. If I feel good and I look good, that's all I need. And then at the end of the season, I may not ever go back to them. it's kind of like,
it's that same thing with going back to quarantine. Like, okay, that was who I was.
Then
now this is who I am.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that is okay. So one thing I try, and, of course we always sell, my clients, nothing ever goes to waste, or we make sure it goes to the right person. And I'm a very big proponent of that. There is nothing that goes to waste. I will not give a t-shirt away unless I know the person receiving it will appreciate it as much as I did. And it's their turn to now experience life in that t-shirt.
I love that. And Leanne says hello. Leanne Hunt says hello. And obviously Jason is the best dressed guy in all of New York real estate.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this. During March and April last year, were you selling? How were you selling? Was it difficult?
So yes, I was
selling.
Honey.
Hi, honey. Honey's here too. Go ahead.
I was selling, and it was hard, but we were selling virtually just like we are now. For those of you who can follow me on Instagram at Lindsey Bernay Styles. Leanne loves to see what I post, even if she might not like it. I think it just inspires people because they know who I am, and they know I'm kind of basic, but kind of out there, real, but kind of like, off base. So I think that it feels good to know somebody that's wearing those clothes. And then you say, I could do that, or that's not for me. So definitely virtual shopping is the way of the future. We are doing our best to learn how to do that, but I'm an in-person girl. I mean, I come from the years of retail where we were on the sales floor. I mean, that's how I met people. So now we're meeting people through Instagram. I have an amazing team under me at Saks, Alex, Rachel, and Sam. And we're just trying to figure out what is next in the world of fashion. Anyone that has tips or insights or what they love, please also include them in the chat. I love hearing how people are shopping right now and, what makes them feel good.
Well, Jolie Brislin is here. That's a good one. She's brand new for both of us, honey.
Jolie took over Jason and I's spot at Chanel at Neiman Marcus. So she's holding down the fort there for us.
No, not that Jolie. That's not wrong, Jolie.
Jolie.
Jolie from camp.
Jolie and I took the cat bus to the Boulevard Mall when we were 11 years old. Do you remember that, Jolie?
I'm sure she does. I'm sure she does. So you're a young mother. You have a puppy, you have a daughter who is just starting school, kindergarten, and you have a home in Jersey. You work in New York City. Let's talk about food.
This is, Jason, don't say anything. This is the hardest thing that I definitely go through. And Marla, I know you're dying to help me, and I so badly want help. And it's so hard for me to wrap my head around myself in the kitchen. I think the same way my clients wrap their head around themselves in their closet.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I struggle every single night. Like right now at 6 o'clock, I have not thought about what we will eat.
So, we've got a lot of regulars here. So I expect to hear from all of you, because I think that like Lene and Arlene and Roseanne, if she were here, it is this young family that we want to bring home to themselves in the kitchen. And so let's give Lindsey some advice here. Like how, and many of these women now were working women when their kids were young. And the question was, how did they do it, right? How, like, it's almost at the end of the day now. And if you're just now thinking about what you're doing for dinner, it's too late, right?
I'm sorry to my family.
But as an example, Lindsey, what would you be doing? What are you going to do now?
Honestly, I mean, we got an air fryer, and Jason and I have loved the air fryer. It's been really amazing.
What are you making in the air fryer? Tell me.
I did good. I made chicken fingers and mozzarella sticks, all gluten-free. I was so impressed.
And by gluten-free, did you use like an almond flour, or you didn't put any flour in it at all?
I used an almond flour, and then some other gluten-free thing. I mean, I have been eating pretty much gluten-free since 2010. Because I also, food just doesn't, I don't love food. I love to eat food, but food doesn't love me. So that's, I think, another problem with cooking is I never know how I'm going to feel after I eat. And so I just either choose not to or then make a really bad decision. So tonight, I really don't know. I think we're just going to forage because Bryce is out.
Well, Miranda just gave you advice.
What'd she say?
She said salmon in the air fryer is amazing. Now, I don't have an air fryer, and I mean, people seem to like it. So Honey just said it's Thursday night. Well, she didn't say that, but she knows I love breakfast for dinner. So it's easy and it needs no planning. So what do you have left over in your kitchen or in your refrigerator?
Well, here's the sad thing. I just got home today. I've been gone in New York since Monday. So, I mean, I'm just so like the non-traditional life. I can't even wrap my head around it. So I really don't know what's in the fridge.
Okay. Well, you know, and Lindsey, listen, Lindsey's a career mom and a career partner and very busy. And the top of what she does, for 22 years, she's been dressing women all over the world. And believe me, these women call her at all times of night to say, I need an appointment tomorrow, and they don't show up. I mean, I know the whole drill there. And Lindsey moves her whole, day around for just to do what she does best, because everybody values Lindsey in the dressing room. And I forgot what I was going to say. So you asked me a question. There was
I want to thank Jason, because Jason's so supportive of all those calls in the middle of the night. But I want to thank, before we wrap up, I'll have to look at the chat and see what everyone suggested for dinner. But Marla, you are so talented and you just bring out the best in everybody. And these followers and the people that show up every day at 6 p.m. Eastern and 3 p.m. West Coast time it's because you're a light on this world. And I love you so much. And I'm so grateful to have you as my mentor and friend. And, you yelled at me like 10 times before the call starts, but you always show me such respect. And I'm so grateful for that.
Well, and I thank you, Lindsey. Really, that was unnecessary, but very appreciated, of course. But I really wanted to say, because you brought up your Instagram page, I mean, everybody who has noticed how amazing Lindsey's Instagram page is right now, just type a 1 in the chat, because I know everybody's seeing the adjustment that you're making, the professionalism. It's difficult to run a business and run an Instagram page. It is not as easy as it looks. It was once, I was out with my family. I know the very first picture I ever posted on Instagram is Tom and I visited a brothel up north. And I thought that was hilarious. I mean, we were on tour. We were on tour of Northern, and the bus, stopped just for pictures, and it was hilarious. I guess that sounded pretty bad.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Look, everybody's typing 1s. I mean, you got tons of 1s. Everybody is like, that's something. But we've got a long day from just posting pictures of where we're, touring suddenly, and to where the professionalism is. And what I was going to say is Lindsey lives in 2 different places all week long. So she lives in New York City proper during Monday through Thursdays. And then she is, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday with her family. And Leanne Hunt said, I'm having halibut and sauteed spinach. Very easy and delicious.
Leanne, you have to send me the recipe.
And I bet you that halibut in the air fryer is really special. And I do not have an air fryer. Here's the reason why. I don't have room in my pantry for 1 more kitchen appliance.
No, you have to leave it out. So I guess
I don't have any counter space left to leave it out.
Yeah, ours is pretty stuffed. Well, before we go, I want to give everyone a quick tour of my closet. I don't know if we're going, but how do I turn Zoom around? Here we go.
Oh,
okay. So here we have the shoes.
Look at that.
And so for those of you who want help organizing your closet, it goes by blouses. Sweaters are color coordinated.
Oh, Lindsey, on Zoom, it didn't. There we go. Okay, it's turned around now. Go ahead. I apologize.
Then we have our pants that are color coordinated, down to jackets, color coordinated, bags here, and then shoes, some other bags, and then jackets and dresses, like all coordinated. So anyone that wants help on how to organize their closet, what to get rid of, all of those questions, please message me on Instagram, message me, whatever it is. I'm here to help.
At Lindsey Bernay Styles.
Yes, at Lindsey Bernay Styles.
And I want to say this, Lindsey. I met you when you were 10 years old, when you were in my daughter's Hebrew school class. You were just a little snot-nosed kid, but you have grown up to be so admired by me. And you know, I adore you. You are truly actually one of my closest friends. And we have a journey together that we've been on in retooling our businesses and doing the many things that we do together. And without your partnership and all of that, I honestly do not know what I would do. And by partnership, I mean without your friendship and your coaching and you're yelling at me. Get that dirty shoe off there.
True.
Anyway, it's been a pleasure. I know you've enlightened many. Oh, do you still have 4 of the same exact shoe? Melissa Jacobs wants to know.
You mean like our chic like loafers, Melissa?
I guess so. I don't know, but I know that she's having an LOL moment because she's posting her
Melissa
LOL.
and I used to have the best time together. Oh, I love her forever. Awesome. So Marla, thank you so much for having me. Thank you everyone for joining in. Seriously. Thank you
for everything. At Lindsey Bernay Styles, everybody, find her on Instagram, follow her on Instagram, and for your latest t-shirt with a great saying, reach out to Lindsey. I love you, Lindsey.
Thank you. Bye. Love you. Bye. Thank you.
Oh, wait. And wait. All together on 1, 2, 3. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Go out and
spread love like butter.
There you go. Bye, Lindsey.